Hello. I'm wondering if I remember how to do this. It's been a long time, and yeah, I don't know. It seems like it's working. It seems like I set everything up correctly. But who knows? I mean, everything always falls apart anyway. I don't know how I've been feeling lately. I feel kind of blank. Um, Time just seems irrelevant, kind of, and I don't know. I don't really have like motivation right now. So I'm just kind of resting, reading, watching movies, waiting for some kind of inspiration, I guess. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have anything I want to express. I don't know if this is like a result of not taking my meds or after everything. I mean, I was feeling really present. I've been practicing that presence, practicing feeling present and being in the moment and really kind of soaking in everything and just like, wow, the way the light wraps itself around things and the way like memory plays into everything and the way dreams play in everything and wanting less, but finding more in a way. Um, yeah, I haven't been online very much. I haven't been like on Instagram or TikTok or, and at first it was like, well, I want to talk to people though. And I reached out and had a couple little conversations and stuff. And then I'm like, well, that feels good, but I still feel weird and you know, like always end up feeling lonely in the end. So I don't know. I've kind of just accepted like, oh well, you know, even if I reach out to people, it's still gonna end up feeling the same. So I've just been kind of floating in my own world for a little bit and trying to manage what I can in my head, and it doesn't look like much. It doesn't equate to much. There's no resolution or end product or nothing I can really show. But that's not really what life is about, I guess. I mean, ultimately, you want something you can look back and be like, oh, I did that, or that was me, or whatever. That's kind of been like the driving motivation for a lot of things I do. So without that, I'm kind of reevaluating what it means to be alive, really. Just kind of getting through it and resting and trying to take care of myself. But yeah, ultimately, I don't know. I don't know where what any of this means, where I'm going. I don't know. Reality is weird, and I'm running out of time. And yeah, I don't know. I don't really feel comfortable in my own skin sometimes, and I look for all these external things to pass time with or to placate some kind of unresolved thing. But I don't know. It's just doesn't. It always comes back, the feeling of wanting to spend time in a meaningful way or whatever. I don't know. When you really pay attention to stuff, you're kind of like, whoa, I'm kind of unprepared for a lot of these things. Um, just like grief and aging and dying and I think time is like gonna catch up to you until it kind of does. You know, I mean, I spend a lot of time running away from stuff. You know, and running away from feelings and running away from feeling trapped or stagnant or whatever. You know, and when you actually kind of just sit and feel, you're just like, whoa, I kind of have to learn a new language almost. You know, it's like learning the language of running and just kind of hopping to the next thing and going places and doing things and meeting people and all that stuff. And then when all that kind of goes away, you're like, well, now I have to learn this new language, and it's different. You know, it's quiet and it's like you know, I don't know. It's new. I mean, anyway. Well, I don't know what the point of this whole thing is. You know, what like what's supposed to happen or what life is all about or whatever, but I don't even want to play games anymore. Like I haven't been playing games. Like I did this thing where I plugged in the TV directly to the PlayStation because right now I have it running through like the capture card, and it's like the cheapest capture card you can get, you know. So I plugged it in to directly the TV to the PlayStation, and it looks a lot better. Honestly, it's like the difference between HD and like SD. You know, it's just like holy sh, looks like shit if I don't have it plugged in um, the right way. And then so when I realized that, I was like, oh man, I don't want to stream anymore. If I mean, if you know, like streaming makes it so the game looks kind of whack. And then in order for that to not to happen, I have to get a better capture card. And I looked it up, and it's like $200, $300, you know, all this stuff. And I'm just like, God dang it, what's the point of everything, man? Like, I mean, I went out of the way to buy this nice TV. Now I have to buy a nice capture card and like just to be able to stream with it to look nice or just it's a big difference. It's like you know HDR is off when I'm streaming like this. You know the colors are a lot different and like the visual spectacle and like so it's like what's the point? And then I'm like so I don't want to play by myself. You know I don't want to stream. I don't want to not stream, but I also don't want to play it when it looks like that. So it kind of created this fissure, I guess, you know, where I'm just like, don't want to stream when it looks like that, but also don't want to play by myself and not stream, even though it looks a lot better. And, you know, so I was caught in between these two modes, and I'm just being like, oh, well, what's the point of even doing it anyway? So I haven't been playing anything for like the past 2 or 3 weeks, you know? And, you know, that's also coincides with how long I've been off social media too. And you know, people make those big announcements usually when they do stuff like that. When they kind of like disconnect, they're like, "Hey guys," which is kind of performative, you know. I mean, like no one really gives a shit. Hey guys, I'm stepping off social media and focusing on reality and me and my feelings or whatever, you know, focusing on whatever. And then like, here's how you can reach me, you know, which I've thought about making a post like that or something, you know, just like but every time I see that, I'm like, yeah, yeah, whatever. And then usually that person always comes back anyway, so it's like kind of pointless. So I don't know. I kind of just backed out without announcing it, and you know, I don't miss it. There's not a part of me that's like, oh man, I wish I knew what all those people were doing right now, or like, oh man, I gotta check in with somebody, or I gotta promote this feeling or this drawing I did or whatever. And without that pressure to like perform constantly and to like wear like a you know to not be to just be yourself feels really good and in the space that you're in Um, I've been enjoying the feeling of being present and actually witnessing everything, feeling what it feels like to have time kind of slow down and my periphery kind of like shut up, and I don't have all these voices and influences and things, and all this stuff that I thought was so important isn't actually not important at all. So it's been fun reorienting and figuring out what I like to do and what about technology and what about expression that I enjoy, Anyway, I have a solo show coming up. I've been working on that. Not as much as I want to. I mean, I thought I'd have like a dozen or so, dozens of pieces by now, but I just have six, which I got to get back on. I got to get back on hard. I got to stay up all night drawing and stuff. And like lately, I just don't know what to draw. I don't know what to draw. I think the pieces I made are really, really good. And I'm just like, dang, so what comes next? I've been working on the children's book, and that feels good. But, I don't know. For some reason, I've been hesitant to start the next page. It's kind of like the most real page yet. And, I mean, I've built up to it, like it's not a big deal. It'll be fine. But for some reason, I feel this hesitation to start. And so I've just been feeling kind of lethargic, and I spent the past 2 days just kind of sleeping, which I feel really grateful for the opportunity to not feel any pressure to be a certain way or act a certain way or do anything. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a level of guilt that comes with that too. It's just like, dang, I'm not contributing anything to anything. I'm not working. I'm not doing my art. I'm just feeling my body and feeling like the sun on the back of my head and watching movies and like being curious about just little things. I don't know, like I don't know. I went for this walk a couple days ago, which was kind of a spur of the moment thing, and I didn't really plan it out. I was just like, okay, I finished that. Got to get out of the house and move around and like get some new energy flow or something. So went on this walk, and during the walk, I had this really weird feeling of just like, dang, this town's barely holding it together. This town's like falling apart, and everything seems really hollow and stupid. And I don't know. I had this feeling as I was walking around the park. I was just like, damn, all these feelings I've felt before. But then I had to remind myself that just because I have the same feeling I had when I was a teenager, it's not being felt by the same person. I mean, I'm still me, but all the things that have happened between now and that feeling again, between now and back then, it shaped me and turned me into a different person. And I feel a lot less like intense than I used to, I guess. And I don't know if I missed the intensity or if I was better when I had it or something. I don't know, but I'm able to just sit with the feeling and the recognition now and just kind of not feel a pressure to do anything with it. Just kind of acknowledging that it's there, being thankful that I get to feel that, and recognize, the person that I've become, and being okay with them, just being like, well, you know, some things, sometimes I felt really great, sometimes I didn't feel so great, and I get to just be okay with everything. Which I don't know if that's just growth or like acclimating or what, but yeah, there's this calmness that wasn't there before. Anyway, I don't know if I said anything good or you know related, relatable, anything relatable to you, but maybe something, maybe something good came out of that. It's funny. I looked at the clock like as I started. I was like, dang, 3 minutes. It's been 3 minutes, and I don't have anything else to say. And now I look and it's 16 minutes. I don't know how I filled all that time. Anyway, I don't really know what to do now, like with the stream or with life in general. I mean, I guess I gotta keep making my art. That's really the only thing I can do. I've been listening to music like really slow and pitched down. I'll show you how it sounds. I really like it. I really like it like this. I'll show you. pretty nice, huh? Anyway, should I play a video game? I don't really, I don't really know what to do. All right, let's see. Continue where we left off. We can play Oblivion, Ghost of Yodi, whatever these games. Whatever these games. I kind of feel like playing Oblivion. Just seeing what's up, you know? But yeah, everything feels a little. Everything feels like it's barely hanging together, you know? Like the fabric. Nothing as far as the sticky. Okay, I think this is a. I think that's all the gates. Maybe I go down this. Okay. Holy crap. Good move for the Where am I supposed to go? I'm a little confused. Huh. I feel like I've opened everything. Getting dizzy. Yeah, I feel like it's something to do with the center and the way do something else.
It's dead man. Hartman is away on the beach, so I've taken the liberty of borrowing his house again in his absence. I've also been making use of my own time on the beach to scour the UCA database for answers about BB00. As I told you before, it's much easier to get around their security from here. We previously thought that BB00 was placed into storage and reclassified as BB28, and that this was done by Bridges to conceal the existence of the Court Bridge Baby program from the public. However, it turns out that information was falsified, and now we know what really happened. Bridges intended to decommission and dispose of BB00, but someone intervened behind the scenes. They ensured that BB00 was spared and sent to a storage facility where it received the BB28 serial number. Per the official records, however, BB00 was decommissioned, and Bridges had no reason to believe otherwise. So, who do you think was behind this deception? Well, I determined which account was used to manipulate the BB records. It was registered to a Bridges member with the highest level access permissions. As you may have guessed, Sam, it was the leader of the first expedition, Amelie. And she did it all just to protect Lou.
It was Amelie. I can't believe she went to such lengths. It was thanks to her that you could even meet Lou in the first place.
come bearing gifts. Just give me a moment to check your cargo. This cargo is in flawless condition. You're in the class of your own. Here's a little something for you. Feel free to use it. We'll prep the main cannon for immediate use and look into making improvements to the other armaments as well. It won't. Anyway, I better hurry up and see to the remaining affairs. Thanks again, Sam. Sam, your next objective will also be your last. Terminal Fort Knot. To put them on the grid, you'll first need to link up the Southern Environmental Observatory. It's safe to assume that this final step will be the most challenging yet. For now, you should rest in the private room to ensure you're well prepared for what's to come.
I'm gonna get something to eat. In real life.
Ghost have been spotted